We may only be a few days removed from the 2025 election, but the 2026 race is already taking shape, and all eyes will once again be focused on New York and what would be a titanic battle for governor. Today, Republican Congresswoman Elise Stefanik officially announced she is running for office, setting up a huge face-off with incumbent Democrat Kathy Hochul. In her announcement, Stefanik came out swinging, labeling Hochul the worst governor in America. An early sign this race will be anything but cordial. Bill Ritter is here with more on today's announcement. Bill?
Oh, and there is some political drama to all this. 2002, that's the last time voters in New York elected a Republican as governor. George Pataki, who was and still is considered a politically moderate Republican. Now, Congresswoman Elise Stefanik, who is certainly not moderate and who is certainly a staunch supporter of President Trump's. And it was Mr. Trump who was in charge of deciding who he wanted to run for governor in New York. It was Ms. Stefanik. The big question, is she the candidate to return the GOP to Albany?
The Empire State has fallen.
In her 2.5-minute kickoff video, Elise Stefanik ominously depicts the state of New York as lawless and too expensive. A message she reiterated this morning on Fox News.
I'm running for governor to make New York affordable and safe. We have seen decades of single-party rule led by Democrats.
Stefanik began her career as a moderate Republican, working in the Bush White House. But since President Trump's rise to power, she has fully embraced Mr. Trump's politics, becoming one of the president's fiercest allies. And it was the president who made it clear earlier this year he wanted Stefanik to run for governor. Something current Governor Kathy Hochul pointed out in a video she released this morning.
Now Elise Stefanik is running for governor of New York to do what she's always done, put Trump first.
A Hochul-Stefanik race in a midterm election year would certainly garner a ton of national attention. And perhaps we got a little of the GOP's overall midterm strategy as Stefanik sought to link Hochul to newly elected New York City Mayor Zoran Mandani.
After this week, Ainsley, when we saw a raging anti-Semite, pro-Hamas communist who wants to raise taxes, and frankly, he barely won the majority of New York City voters, Kathy Hochul endorsed him and bent the knee. She has failed New Yorkers.
And while Stefanik is focusing solely on Hochul, there are some discussions that she could be facing a primary challenge from another one of Mr. Trump's friends, Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman.
I'm going to test the waters, so to speak, around the state, talking to people in communities from around the state.
Speaking of high drama, the chairman of the New York State Republican primary signaling today that there will not be a primary at all in New York and that Republicans will coalesce around one candidate, Ms. Stefanik. That said, there are 361 days until the election. That's a long time, and we shall see. And from New York to New Jersey, this afternoon I spoke with the governor-elect of New Jersey. Coming up in our next half hour, you're going to hear what Mikey Sherrill thinks were the keys to her resounding victory this past Tuesday. That's on Eyewitness News at 5:30. Mike?